What's up, guys? It's Miracle Cat Corelli, and this is episode 326 of my Cat Vibe series. Today, I continue my Bigger Nice series. Bigger because the canvas size is larger than the smaller Nice. This one is roughly 25 and something by 17 or 19 inches. Somewhere in the old Nice, somewhere in the old town. But before we're going to jump into the video, I want to urge you to subscribe to my channel if you are a newcomer, and if you are already subscribed, don't forget to hit that bell notification. YouTube is not notifying people when I publish a new video. They don't do it by default. You gotta enable all notifications. So, just like in the vast majority of cases, I guess, I am starting with the sky. And here in this particular case, I find it really important to start with the sky because it has this cyan hue to it. It has some blue, but it also needed some cobalt teal to it to give it this shiny cyan hue. And I think it's kind of crucial. It's one of the crucial aspects of the painting, that sky, even though it doesn't actually seem like it from the beginning, because everything else is kind of juxtaposed against the sky. The sky is kind of coldish, and the buildings around are contrasting that cool hue. There are tons of orange here. Orange and yellows and browns, warm hues, pinkish, rose-ish hues. And they all are juxtaposed against these the sky hue. So, it was kind of important to set the stage right off the bat. It also has some blue doors, and they're going to get darker as I proceed with the painting. Ultimately, I felt like I just wanted to create this kind of a dialogue between the cooler elements of the painting and the warmer elements. And I'm not showing the sun directly here, so it's an afternoon, but everything is kind of suggestive. The light pours down that street, but the next street, this turn where we are, that's all in the shade, and yet the walls of the buildings, they kind of glow almost from the inside, or so it feels, because it's a warm afternoon, you know, after all. Even though the hue of the sky is kind of coldish, it's a warm afternoon, and for the most part, I was trying to create this feeling of when you are, the pavement is kind of cool, but the walls of the buildings are warm after a sunny day. And the sky is kind of cool too, so it's probably not midsummer. It's either spring or it might be fall. But there is this cozy warmness emanating from the walls. And at the same time, we are in the shade here in this street. So the light doesn't directly come here. That was the kind of thing that I was trying to convey. I was trying to imagine myself exactly somewhere here and try to depict what would it feel like temperature-wise. What would it feel like on the skin? And there's a shadow falling on this building to the right. So there is some, there's a part, the upper part of the building is kind of illuminated, and then the lower part is not. So that was an interesting challenge too. Other than that, I wouldn't say that there is some, well, of course there's always symbolism and little hidden stuff that I like to put into my paintings and kind of suggest things and that kind of thing. I'm not going to tell you everything about this painting. If you want to come up with something or you want to figure things out, just look at the painting and think. I think this Vieux Nice series will continue for a while. I just counted last night the number of canvases that I have ready to go for this series. I mean, they're primed already, double primed. I like to put thick coats of gesso as opposed to 4 thin coats. I like to put 2 thick coats. And there's like 6 or 7 of them. But right now I'm kind of tied up a little bit on the Sunset City album series because I need to finish the Tunnels Bleeding Life cover art, and that is for the 3rd track. And the 3rd track is supposed to drop on November 22nd, so I'm currently painting that painting. Once I get done with that one, I think I will allow myself to paint a caracal. Then probably paint a few smaller paintings about September. I want to paint a series dedicated to September specifically, and then I will paint another series dedicated to October. So currently I'm collecting a large variety of reference photos, local reference photos for October, but I already have that whole stack laying there for September. I'll be going for smaller paintings for that series, but after I'm done with Tunnels, I will go probably paint a caracal because I just wanted to paint a caracal so much. Then I will run through that series for September poems. And then, very likely, I'll have to start painting the cover art for the 4th single, which will be due December 22nd. But somewhere in between all of that, I want to go back to the Vieux Nice series, continue this series, because I have ideas for what exactly do I want to paint, and I just love this old city with all of its irregular shapes, and there's lots of curves, the crooked streets, the narrow little streets. There's a lot of warmth and color in it, and that's what makes it so attractive to me. Plus, it's kind of overgrown. There's, plants and flowers on balconies and here and there, and those little cafes. That's very beautiful. I love it. It's very cozy. Or the old port, for example, with the mountains in the back, that kind of thing. It's very poetic and it's very beautiful, and I rejoice in painting such things. So I want to go back to that. But there's also a series dedicated to the Greek island of Samos that I want to get on. So I will have to kind of carefully balance all of these projects, because I want a caracal series, a series dedicated to caracals. I need the Sunset City album cover arts done. I want to continue with the Vieux Nice series. I have the island of Samos that I want to paint, and I have canvases ready for it already. And then there are local sites that I want to paint too. They're kind of time sensitive because, September's gone, now it's October. There's lots of beauty. Lots of beautiful references that I want to paint from. And then there's going to be November. There's going to be November poems. And then there's going to be December. And we'll see what December is going to look like. If it's going to be kind of blank and dull, I don't think I'll paint it. If there will be snow, I'll probably go for that. And here's the finished painting. Warm afternoon. That being said, thank you very much for watching, and you will hear me next time. Ciao.